Our lesson for today is all about time zones. It is part of our Unit 8 talking about Earth patterns, cycles, and change. And it is found in your student's book, page 137. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to, number 1, explain what time zones is. Number 2, calculate or solve the given time zones. Number 3, differentiate between a prime meridian and an international dateline. And finally, number 4, you will be able to define what longitudes are. Big questions. Why is it that there is a time difference between places? What causes the difference in time around the globe? What is the significance of AM and PM in telling time? And how do distances from the prime meridians and international dateline affects our time and one calendar day? These questions will be answered in our lesson for today. Our topic tells us about time zones. Since the Earth is rotating around its axis, the places around the globe experiencing different time in facing the Sun. The position of the Sun is the reason why do we have time zones. One full rotation, as we know, takes a whole day or 24 hours from sunrise to sunrise through its own axis, like a spinning top. Sun looks like it moved across the sky from east to west. But what is the significance of the 24 hours full rotation of the Earth? Earth's surface can be thought as a giant circle. These circles can be measured in degrees. Since it takes 24 hours to turn in a circle, and we know in math that one full circle is equal to 360 degrees, this measurement is equivalent to 24 hours. But the question is, where does the 360 degrees in our planet starts? To give you an overview about this, in 1884, the International Meridian Conference in Washington, D.C. determined the location of the prime meridian, or the line of longitude that is 0 degrees. Upon a vote, countries decided it would be the line of longitude that runs through Greenwich, England. And why was Greenwich chosen as prime meridian? The prime meridian line, which represents 0 degrees longitude, is an imaginary line and could have been chosen anywhere. But why Greenwich was chosen as the prime meridian? Because it was voted as the prime candidate by an elite group of astronomers during the International Meridian Conference. So we can locate the 0-degree meridian in Greenwich, England, and this will tell us that our time will start in this meridian. Now take a look at the diagram. Since the 360 degrees is equal to 24 hours, the globe is divided into 24, as shown in the illustration. Therefore, every hour is equal to 15 degrees as represented by each longitude, wherein it is a line from the North Pole to the South Pole, or what we call meridian. And because the time convention begins with Universal Time Coordinated, or UTC, or commonly referred as GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, the time will start in Greenwich Meridian. Then, we are going to analyze what will happen if we are moving away from the prime meridian, going to the east or going to the west. The sun crosses the meridians or lines of longitude at midday, or halfway between the times of sunrise and sunset, wherein anti-meridian means before midday, or we commonly called as AM, and post-meridian, which means after midday or called as PM. Since the prime meridian is in Greenwich, the time starts there. So if you are living in Doha, wherein Doha is inside GMT positive 3, which falls in the Arabian Standard Time, what will be your time if in Greenwich, England is 12 midnight? Let's take a look. We have to find first how many degrees is GMT positive 3. Second, what time is GMT positive 3 if in Greenwich, England is 12 midnight? First, positive 3 means adding from 0 or moving to your west. Since we have 360 degrees full rotation, which is equal to 24 hours, that denotes 24 lines in the globe. Each line that runs from the North Pole to the South Pole, which we called as meridian, is equal to 15 degrees, which is equal to an hour. Therefore, GMT positive 3 is just simply 3 multiplied 15 degrees, and it is equal to 45 degrees, and the direction is going to the west of the prime meridian. Second, what will be its time? Well, if we have a clock and we move its hands to the west 3 hours forward from midnight, then what will be the time after midnight? Well done! It is 3 a.m. Another example is, if Ontario, Canada is GMT negative 5, what will be its time if Greenwich, England is 12 midnight? You just simply position your clock as shown in the video. You have to remember that going to your left is signifying negative, which is east, and going to your west signifies positive. You will just simply count 5 going to your east and then tell the time. Well done! Answer is 7 p.m. Why? Because you counted backward or you moved to your left, which is east, for 5 counts, starting from 11, 10, 9, 8, until 7 in your clock. Now you completely understand how do we tell time in different time zones. Again, have you been wondering what is the opposite of prime meridian? Well, if prime meridian tells time, then the opposite will tell us the day, which is what we called an international dateline. What is IDL or international dateline? Try to look at the video. It is just an imaginary line of demarcation on the surface of the Earth that runs from the North Pole to the South Pole and demarcates the change of one calendar day to the next. But what happens when you cross the international dateline? The international dateline runs down the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and if you cross the dateline moving east, you subtract a day, whereas if you are moving west, you add a day. Example, if today is Wednesday and we cross the international dateline from west to east, then it would be Tuesday. Finally, we finished our discussions, and please don't forget to remember the important acronym listed in the word bank. Number 1, GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Number 2, UTC, Universal Time Coordinated. Number 3, IDL, International Dateline. Number 4, AM, Anti-Meridian. Number 5, PM, Post-Meridian. And if you learned new things today, drop your comments, like, and share this video.